So I thought I'd put together some riding tips for you off-road riders, and hopefully they'll help you out. The first one is when you're going downhill, you want to keep your weight as far back as possible over the back tyre. Coming up the hill, you want to have your weight as far forward as possible to try and keep your front wheel down. The stand start, this is a very good technique to practice. You want to keep both feet up on the pegs. You stand up quickly, release the clutch, plenty of power. So see it in slow motion, so you've got both feet on the pegs. You then stand up into a full standing position, clutch out, heaps of power. You want to keep your power up because bikes often, especially these heavier BMW GSs, they tend to bog down in the heavy, because of the heaviness in the sand, so you want to keep plenty of power to get yourself going. Uphill power control, very important that when you are going uphill that you keep your power on. If you start to find that you're slowing down, you just want to keep your power on and actually increase your power. You want to make sure you don't get stuck halfway up the hill, so you definitely don't want to be grabbing your clutch or your brakes. You just want to be giving it more and more power. As you start to slow towards the top there, I've just added on more and more power just to make sure I get up. Next one is your stand riding. Stand riding, very important. You want to keep your weight back over your back tyre. It gives you more traction. You also want to be using your body and your power to actually steer the bike, and you want to keep your weight off your front tyre. You don't want your front tyre to dig in, especially if you're turning as well. If you're turning your weights on your front tyre, you're going to tend to slide and the bike's going to slip out from underneath you. So weight as far back as possible. Also try to keep your elbows up as high as possible as well. Next one is braking. You want to have your ABS off, especially on these BMWs. Full lock of the back brake, clutch in obviously, and also you can see the hand here is removed off the front brakes. There's no front brake at all on this, it's just a full lock of the back brake. If you want to turn the bike quite quickly, you can do that also. The way you do that, you put your foot out, full lock of the steering and plenty of power, and as you lock that steering, so the foot goes out here, you lock your steering, you can see the weight of the bike going off to the side, and then just lots and lots of power and you'll see it'll turn. It is quite a hard skill to learn, but the more you practice the better you'll get. Next one is crossing a ditch. A couple of ways to do it. The first way, you want to keep your weight back and then your weight forward as you're going up, so you're kind of rocking the bike underneath you. The second way is just weight back, heaps of power and try to jump it. Obviously this hasn't quite worked because the ditch is a bit wide. Next one, small jumps for fun. This is very fun. Compress the suspension here, lots of throttle as the suspension opens, and you get a little bit of height off relatively small jumps. So here you can see I've got plenty of power on. The bike's not sliding from side to side. I've got my weight centered over the middle of the bike. If your weight does go from one side to the other, you will find the bike or the back tire will slip out. But you can use plenty of power and get a lot of acceleration even on a rough surface. This is just another example, so even though your speed gets higher and higher, you can still give your bike plenty of acceleration as long as you keep your body over the middle of the bike. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, and hopefully you'll subscribe. Thanks a lot.